As soon as the priest arrives at the missal, he turns the page to the propers and says the communion antiphon in the loud voice with hands joined before the breast.
Praesidium crucis de inimicis nostris libera nos Deus noster.
Note that he does not say Oremus, but immediately begins the prayer. When he finishes the prayer, he goes to the center, kisses the altar, and turns around, extending and rejoining his hands as he says,
Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo,
He then goes straight to the missal and says the post-communion.
Oremus. Adesto nobis Domine Deus noster, et quos sancti crucis letale facis honore, eius quoque
The post-communion is structured in the same way as the collect of the Mass. The priest extends and rejoins his hands as he makes a low head bow and says,
Oremus.
then extends his hands for the prayer, which he says in the loud voice.
Sancti crucis letale facis honore, eius quoque perpetuis defende subsidiis.
The prayer may end with any of the three possible conclusions.
Per Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
After he finishes the conclusion, he closes the missal with both hands, making sure that the pages face towards the gospel side. He then goes to the center of the altar, kisses the altar, turns around, separating and rejoining his hands as he says,
Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo,
Ite missa est.
Deo gratias.
He turns back around to face the altar, makes a medium bow of the body with hands joined on the altar, and says the Placeat in the quiet voice. After this prayer, he separates his hands, kisses the altar, and then joins his hands at the breast. He then gives the final blessing in the loud voice.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
As he says these words, he separates, elevates, and rejoins his hands as he looks up to the cross, and then makes a low head bow at the word Deus. He then turns around to face the people and blesses them with his right hand, making a vertical sign of the cross from forehead to breast, and then left shoulder to right shoulder. The left hand is placed on the breast. He then joins his hands, continues the turn to make a full circle, and goes to the gospel corner to say the last gospel.